Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. The Super Mario Galaxy movie is out in theaters this weekend, and I know a lot of you have been looking forward to this one since the moment it was announced. The first movie was a massive crowd pleaser. I know I liked it, and it made over $1 billion plus at the box office. Well, now we got ourselves a space sequel. Cosmic adventures, new characters voiced by Brie Larson and Glen Powell and others, and Jack Black back as Bowser, leading the return of all the characters here voiced by Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, and Anya Taylor-Joy. So on paper, this should be a slam dunk, right? So is it? Kinda. And that kinda is doing a lot of heavy lifting, let me tell you. So let's get into it. And don't worry, this is a spoiler-free review. Now, let's start with what is, without question, the most impressive thing about this movie. The animation looks spectacular. Illumination Studios Paris absolutely cooked when it comes to the animation in this film. The first movie already looked great, but this one takes everything up a notch now that the setting is in outer space. You've got these gorgeous galaxy environments, swirling nebula, glass planets, asteroid fields, and more, and the art direction here is just vibrant. It feels like someone took the aesthetic of the Galaxy games, or so I've been told, and ran it through an ultra high budget Hollywood rendering pipeline. There are shots in this movie that are genuinely beautiful, like pause-worthy, make-it-your-wallpaper beautiful. The character animation is expressive and fluid. Even the background characters move with personality, which I noticed as I was watching the film. And the way they render the cosmic environments, the sense of scale, the color work, the lighting, it's some of the best work Illumination has ever put on screen, in my opinion. And whatever they're paying this animation team, it should be a lot more. If you're going to see this in theaters, I absolutely recommend you go see it in IMAX or at minimum Real D 3D, because it's clearly designed to be experienced that way. The action sequences are imaginative and well choreographed. The directors Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic, who are returning from the first film, clearly understand how to use the unique physics of the Mario universe to craft some set pieces here that feel fresh. Zero-gravity fights, planet-hopping chases, sequences that riff directly on some beloved moments from the games. And from what I was told by some of the people who watched this movie with me at the press screening, fans of Galaxy and Galaxy 2 are going to have a lot of oh my god moments just from pure fan service energy. I know for me, there's one sequence in particular. Now, I won't say where it happens or who's involved or even what happens in this sequence, but it had my theater, my press screening theater, going a bit wild. Some of the kids who were watching with us started cheering during this sequence. They were losing their minds. I was right there with them, to be honest with you. When this movie is firing on all cylinders action-wise, it is genuinely a blast. Now let's talk about the villains, because this is where I think the film genuinely shines in terms of character work. Jack Black as Bowser is once again a delight. Even in a supporting capacity this time around, he brings such a specific, chaotic energy to the role that every scene he's in is immediately elevated. The writers find an interesting new angle for his character, given the circumstances he finds himself in at the start of this movie, and Jack Black leans into it fully. He's funny, he's menacing when he needs to be, and there's a genuine scene or two where he actually made me feel something. I mean, I was really surprised by this. Bowser totally works in this movie. But the real surprise here is Bowser Jr., voiced by Benny Safdie. I couldn't believe it. This is Bowser Jr.'s first major appearance outside of the games, and they absolutely nail him. He's petulant and theatrical and weirdly endearing in some moments, and Safdie brings this unhinged intensity to the role that makes him a genuinely compelling antagonist. He's not just a mini-me of Bowser, he has his own personality. His motivation is surprisingly one of the more emotionally coherent threads in the whole film. There's a core relationship at the heart of this villain storyline that has real texture to it. More texture, honestly, than most of what's going on with the heroes. If the rest of the movie had had this same level of character investment as the Bowser family dynamic, this would have been a very different review of this film. And speaking of storylines that just don't work, here is where we get into some of the issues of the film, because there are real ones. This movie is a mess. The film is running at this relentless pace that barely gives you a moment to breathe. And as a result, nothing gets the space it needs to actually land emotionally. The screenplay by Matthew Fogel, again returning from the first film, is juggling a huge number of characters and plot threads, and it drops a lot of them. New characters are introduced with apparent importance, get a couple of scenes to establish themselves, and then disappear for large stretches of the movie. You'll be 40 minutes into the movie, remember someone exists, and wonder when they're coming back. When they do come back, there's not enough groundwork that's been laid for you to actually care about what's happening to them. It creates this frustrating pattern where the film keeps gesturing at emotional beats without doing the work to earn them. And this is most apparent with the central protagonist storylines. Without getting into specifics, Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Rosalina all have things going on. Dare I say they resemble arcs to be generous, but none of them feel complete. Characters go through experiences that should change them. And by the end of the film, it feels like the movie is telling you they changed rather than actually showing you the journey. And that's important. There's a version of this story that could have been genuinely moving, which is one of the tragedies coming out of this movie. The ingredients are there, but the execution is so rushed and surface level that when the emotional moments come, they feel unearned. And I'm not trying to say this needs to be The Godfather or Lawrence of Arabia or Oppenheimer or 1917. There are real issues with the character beats here, with the emotional storylines, and it's not an issue to talk about them and point them out. Yes, even in a kid's movie. At 98 minutes, this movie somehow feels both too fast and not enough. That's a really tough trick to pull off, and not a good one. So where does that leave us? Well, the Super Mario Galaxy movie is a visually stunning, occasionally thrilling ride that delivers exactly what it promises on a spectacle level and almost nothing beyond that. If you're going with kids or you just want to turn your brain off and enjoy some gorgeous animation and fun action for an hour and 40 minutes, you'll probably have a good time. The crowd I saw it with was audibly enjoying themselves, especially the kids, and there's real value in that. But if you were hoping this sequel would take the story somewhere meaningful, if you wanted to walk out of the theater actually feeling something for these characters, I think you're going to leave a little bit disappointed. The bones of a great movie are here for sure. The heart, though, isn't quite beating the way it should. The Bowser family story alone is worth the price of admission. I just wish the rest of the movie had matched that energy. I'd say it's worth seeing in the theaters for the visuals alone. Just temper your expectations on the story side. And for me personally, I put this movie a few notches below the first movie, which wasn't a perfect movie. I just enjoyed it a lot more because it had a really clear central emotional through line that I could follow and had some great sequences, including that Donkey Kong sequence, which nothing in this film matches at all. Well, if you get a chance to go see it this weekend, let me know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. Or if you've already seen it, let me know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? What stood out to you? What didn't work for you? What worked for you? Would love to hear from you all. Keep it civil. You know I appreciate that. And if you want to see more reviews from me just like this, please remember to hit a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell button so you see when we're dropping all the content we do here on the John Rocha channel. All right, y'all take care of yourselves. Be well, and I'll talk to you next time with another brand new review here on the channel.